Hello friends. So part of linguistics we have got the linguistic sign. The linguistic sign actually brought to the world, we can say, by Ferdinand de Saussure. His lectures he delivered at the University of Geneva, and after his death these lectures were collected and posthumously published as a course in general linguistics. A course in general linguistics. And so from there we have got many insights. A course in general linguistics, we have many insights like langue and parole. Langue means the underlying system of the language, the abstract system of the language, the rules of the language, the rules, the syntax, the parts of speech, whatever you call it. So that is the abstract system of the language is langue. So this is a term given to us by Ferdinand de Saussure. Ferdinand de Saussure. His notes, he delivered series of lectures at the University of Geneva, and his students, who were very fond of him probably, after his death collected his notes and published a course in general linguistics. A course in general linguistics. So you have got such terms, langue, then parole, P-A-R-O-L-E, parole. Parole means published in 1916. So parole means the actual use of language. Understand? That is, when you say something, that is parole. And langue is homogeneous because it's a system. Parole means the speaking part of it, you can say. When you competence and performance is competence and performance, another term that you can use, substitute for. Langue is competence and parole is performance. The act of using the language. Another example that we can give is electricity, and the electricity, that is the underlying system, and parole is when you put on the switch, you see the light. So that is parole. If you want to connect it like that, understand? Langue is the electricity. You cannot see, no? So that suppose during daytime usually you don't put on fans, and if it is climate is good, you don't put on fans, and also you don't switch on bulbs. Then what will happen is still the electricity is there. The underlying system is there in the room. But the moment you put on the switch, the action takes place. That is performance. That performance you can say is parole. See, for example, what I am doing now is parole. This is parole. I am speaking. I am using the language. It's a performance. Yeah. So that's about a course in general linguistics and Ferdinand de Saussure. So it was he who actually inaugurated what we call structuralism. Structuralism. So that is another contribution. Structuralism. Structuralism is the relationship of units or items in a structure. These items or units in a structure has meaning only when it remains as part of the structure. That is structuralism means. For example, you can think of a building as a structure. So when you have got different items there, then they are in a structure or in a form. It has got meaning, or it gives you you can call it a room, isn't it? Suppose the part of it is broken and it is left out, and something is not added there, something is not present there, then you cannot call it a room. So like if you have suppose you have everything but no roof, you cannot call it a room, isn't it? So like that, structure, only in a structure you have got a. So see, for example, this is a structure again, this pen. Suppose, can we call this a pen? Yeah. You cannot call it a pen. It's much like a cap also. So cap, pen and the refill. It's a structure. When all the three are present here, you call it a structure, and then they have got a meaning. If you just put it like this, a piece like this, this is what is this? This can be anything. But when it comes in here, you put it here, it is the cap. See that? Like that. You can call it a cap. It has to be in a relationship. That is structuralism means. Okay. That's the general idea of structuralism. Okay. Then of course you have got such a theories as structuralism, then post-structuralism, and then structuralist view, structuralism in language, structuralism in literature. Yeah. So this is the primary concept of structuralism. Think of the pen. The structure, each part has meaning only when it is there. When it is part of it. Otherwise there is no meaning. You cannot call, can you call this a pen? No. Because you cannot use it as a pen. Put it in your pocket, then what will happen to you? So like that. Now coming back to this, and just by way of introduction, I just told you these things about him. That is Fernand de Saussure. His innovation, so to say, you can say. You imagine that is a generation of people that is in France and in England and English-speaking world, and also in France. That people, the criticism and review of literature, linguistics, etc. was dominated by these concepts. Structuralism and what we are going to say, sign. Understand? So what is a sign? You can see we are surrounded by signs. Only signs you can see now. You see, when you go out, you will find a traffic sign. Then you see if you are waiting for a train at the railway station, you will see the signal there. Red, then green. And if you are driving, you will find when you reach the junction, you will find, what will you find? You will find red, green and yellow. So they tell you something now. They communicate to you without talking to you. Right? Or when a person says, okay, okay is okay. When you say, okay. So that tells you it gives you a meaning, no? Yes. It provides you with some information, we say like that. Or yes, yes, then what will happen? There's another meaning. Even without speaking groups of words or a sentence, you can understand these things. Isn't it? Or when I show you a picture of a dog, then that's a sign. It's a sign. Or when somebody knocks at your door like this, there's a sign. What is that sign? I have somebody is waiting here, please open the door. Allow me to enter. See, these are signs. Only signs around us when you look at that. See? Sign and sign and sign. See? Then these signs, this what I told you, or you find the justice, for example, the scales of justice with a blindfolded, a woman blindfolded holding like this. So that's a sign. See? These signs are called iconic signs. Iconic signs. Why are they called iconic signs? Because iconic signs means the sign that you see and what it conveys, its meaning, they are linked. There is some link between them. When you see a red light, you can see there is a link. What is the link between that red light and this danger? Danger. That's the thing. So, iconic signs, you will find the part of the meaning you can see. There's a link between what you mean and the picture or the sign, whatever it is. Or you can say that partially the meaning is clear. The meaning is very clear. Such signs are called iconic signs. Listen. That is the sign and what it means, there is a direct relationship. There is a direct relationship between the sign and lighthouse. So there is a direct relationship between the lighthouse and what you understand by looking at that. Or when I say like this, when I show like this, that is, what does that mean? So there is a direct link between what I show, this is a sign, gesture, and what I mean. Or if I say like this, I never say like that. I always encourage you. I say, then if I say like that, what will happen? It is double okay. Double okay. So, without me, these are iconic signs. Just this. Listen. But then what is linguistic sign? A linguistic sign has got what we call, this is a double entity. That is the first thing to remember. Double entity. A linguistic sign is a double entity. What does that mean? It has got two aspects, inseparable aspects. One is signifier. Signifier, and the other is signified. So these are the two inseparable entities of a linguistic sign. Signifier is the sign or the words, for example, banana. This is the signifier. And the signified is its meaning or concept meaning. Can be sound or can be linguistic, can be sound, banana. A series of sounds, you can say. Or a series of letters like this. So, the sign we call signifier and the meaning we say signified. So, every linguistic sign is a double entity. It has a signifier and a signified. It is a tree. Tree is a signifier. Tree. And what is this signified? You can say, so this is the tree. Tree. You don't like this? Like a branch also. Branch. Tree. Or it looks like a flower, okay, then call it a flower. So leave it. Then I say, let's say flower. Okay. So that is. So this is signifier and this is signifier and this is signified. You got the point. Yes. So that's the first point to note. Signifier is the sign and signified is the meaning. Okay. The second point is linguistic signs are arbitrary. Arbitrary. What is arbitrary means? It's not logic. No natural link between the sign and the meaning. No natural link. Arbitrary means no logic. Why do you call it like this? Or no a natural link. Link between the sign and. For example, when I say orange, orange is a signifier. And orange. You know what? The signified is orange. Okay. The orange. But can you see any aspect of this in this sign? Nothing. It is not red. It is not round. Nothing. No qualities. The signifier, you don't find the qualities of the objects that you represent. Absolutely no. So, this is what you say. It is somebody started calling it orange, so all the people started calling it orange. Why is it an orange? You know. No idea. That's what Shakespeare says. No? What is there in a name? A rose would smell sweet even if it is called by some other name. So there is no meaning. Names that is arbitrarily given. There's no logic in calling. If you call a rose a jasmine, what of that? Right from the very beginning, suppose it's agreed upon by people that the rose, this we call a jasmine. Jasmine. That's all. Listen, that's what is meant by arbitrary. So, it's very important. These are the two cardinal, there are many other characteristics you can say of the linguistic sign, but these are the two cardinal characteristics of linguistic sign. One, it is a double entity. Two, it is arbitrary. Means there is not, this when you compare this to iconic signs, you will find that. Iconic signs are not arbitrary. There is a link between the signifier and the signified there. The link between what you see and what you understand. You see a red light, so there is a link, but it is danger. You see the lighthouse, it gives a direction, isn't it? Right? I show like this. That means there is a link between what I show and what you understand. But in this case, there is no such thing. You don't find the color of banana there, or if it's a banana, color of banana. You don't find the length of banana. You don't find the pulp of the banana. Nothing of this. So it is arbitrary. No logic, no link, no natural link between the signifier and the signifier. All right. And the third is again another a brand new idea given to us by Ferdinand de Saussure. Every sign has a relationship, and that is differential relationship. Differential relationship with other signs in the system. Differential relationship. Differential. Every sign has a differential relationship with other signs in the system. Now what does that mean? With other signs in the system. If you say cat, can you see cat here? Can you see anything of cat here? Nothing. So the arbitrary sign. Then why do you say cat is cat? Because it is not dog. Because it is not duck. Because it is not camel. Because it is not human being. Because it is not me. You want to like that. Cat is cat because it is not a dog or any other thing. You understand that? So the relationship is there, but it is differential. That's what Ferdinand de Saussure said, no? There is nothing in language. No substance in language. Then what is there? Only difference. There is no substance in. Is there substance in cat here? No. But it is different from all the other signifiers in that system. That's why you have got what is called, you have for each in every language you have got different words for the same word, same concept. That you can connect it with arbitrary also. Every language gives names to things or objects arbitrarily. Isn't it? English says a dog. English says a dog. Hindi they say kutta. Malayalam we say patti. There's no. And when we come to another point of this, why is kutta? Because it is not Billy. That means cat. That's the reason. That's what is meant by saying differential relationship with other. A fourth point is that it is every linguistic sign has got a span. Linearity we said. Linear. So for example, when you say banana. See that? One comes after the other. That is linear. And also duration is the span. It's a duration. You want the burn. That is so the banana. Man. Woman. So girl. Boy. So someone comes after the other. So and that's good. And takes there's a duration in making that sign. That's why we call it the span. Okay. And the fifth important point is it's immutable. And the linguistic sign is immutable. It cannot be changed. One fine morning you get up and say, you call a cat by some other name. Nobody will agree with you. You take a football. Till yesterday, you call it a football. Now you call it, this morning you get up and say, this is a coconut. Nobody is going to agree. Well, why? You cannot change science like that. For one thing, it is so huge a work. The labor required is so massive. You cannot go on changing this science like that. Secondly, people don't want change. There's a collective lethargy. Oh, first is the magnitude, the volume. Second, you have got this lethargy. Third is the sign, the signified of a signifier, or the meaning of a word is agreed upon by the society and tradition and custom. There is a backing of the tradition of the society. There is backing, support. So if you say, tomorrow you take a rupee and say this is dollar, nobody is going to accept it. Or you say that this pen and you take this pen and say that this is what is called a stick, nobody is going to accept it. So it requires the meaning or the signified to each signifier has been ascribed, not by a single individual, but years of tradition, custom, and also societal backing, without which these arbitrary signs will not get the meaning that you accept now. Listen. At another point of why it is immutable, immutableness cannot be changed this. See, you are born into this. The very moment you start sensing the world around you, you hear milk. Milk. And always, why should you change it? When you say milk, it does not have any quality of milk. Milk. Has it got any quality of milk? Is it white? Is there a glass? Is it liquid? Nothing. Suppose you write milk in a piece of paper and swallow it. Does it have any effect of the milk on your body? No. But still you accept it. Because this is arbitrary, Plus, it is accepted by society. And so is it. Understand? So that is the point. Now these are very important characteristics of a linguistic sign. It was Ferdinand de Saussure who gave us one by one the concept of linguistic sign, the differential relationship, the arbitrary, sign is arbitrary. Sign has got this double entity, that is the sign. And how is it different from iconic signs? See, what is lang and parole? These concepts, these ideas relating to linguistics have been given to us by this great professor, Ferdinand de Saussure. Understand? So, once again, today, double entity means signifier and signified. Arbitrary means having no natural link, no logic. Why it should be called like that? Why should you call a thing that thing? There's no logic. Then differential relationship means, as such, a word does not have a meaning. It has meaning when it is different from the other items in the same language system. Span means it requires duration and also sounds come one after the other. Immutable means you cannot change it. Understand? And then you have another aspect of sign, that is sixth is synchronic and the diachronic. At a diachronic level, dia means Through, chronic means time. Chrono is a Greek word meaning time. Chronometer, once upon a time, watch, clock, is called chronometer, measuring time. An instrument measuring time. You have got English word synchronous. Isn't it? Anachronism. Synchrony, synchronous means at the same time. So this synchronous. Anachronism means out of date. Anachronism, something that is out of date. Anachronism. Isn't it? Diachronic means through time. Through time means history. Through time, history, when you take the historical development of the language, you will find signifies change. For example, if you say villain, once upon a time it was considered as a villain means a village fellow, somebody from the village. But now it has got a different meaning. Villain, a cruel fellow, a person who does cruel things. Villain. So that is diachronic, you will find change. That's what collectively we say semantic change. Semantic change. Listen. You have many examples like that. See, for example, you have a fellow. Once upon a fellow, said that's a bad name. Now you say fellow of the Royal Society of Surgeons. Yes, FR, Royal College of Surgeons. FRC is fellow. So it's gaining a good meaning. It has a bad meaning but good meaning now. So that is what you call diachronic. Synchronic, that is, as you see, given time, frozen time. Synchronic means to time given at that particular moment, or the time of that moment we can say, or you can say frozen moment, frozen moment. It's like a chessboard. You make first move. First 2-3 moves you make on chessboard. Just stop. What you see there is synchrony. Synchrony means the given time, the position. So in synchrony, when you consider the synchrony of the language, there is no change in meaning. But diachronic, you can expect a change in certain words, not all words, certain words. And Shakespeare's time, the meaning of a word was like this, and now it is different. Understand? Unkind means unnatural it was. The unkindest cut of all means unnatural cut person. But today it means when unkind deed doesn't mean unnatural deed. It has become soft, the meaning has become soft. So, we will continue in the next class. Time being, try to understand what is linguistic sign, what is iconic sign. Linguistic sign is, it has got double entity, that is signifier and signified, and it is arbitrary, it's not logic, differential relationship. It has got, that's why cat is cat, because it is not dog. Span means time, linear progression. Immutable cannot change because of social contract. And diachronic, there could be change in semantic change, that is the meaning change. In synchronic, there is no such thing. No such thing can be seen in synchronic. Understand? So we will continue with this in the next class, and I hope that you are enjoying my class and you are following my class, isn't it? If not, if you have got any suggestions to make and so on, please do give your suggestions and your critical remarks also. A critic of my lecture. I will be very happy to receive that and also try to correct myself. Till then, bye. Have a nice time. Enjoy your life.